Welcome to the untold stories on the day that a young LeBron James met his idol, Michael Jordan, and the incredible stories that you'll hear about MJ and LeBron. This video is the complete story of all the players that were involved within this day, from Jordan to LeBron, Ron Artest, Jamal Crawford, Antoine Walker, Charles Oakley. Each player details a story remembering this day. So I won't keep you waiting. All that I'll ask is that if you enjoy these videos, please hit that like button. This video in particular took me hours upon hours to edit and produce for you guys, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you guys could hit that like button. I know this is a big ask, but let's aim for 23,000 likes. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, the number 23, that would be incredible. If you are new, hit that subscribe button and comment down below what you think of this story. Also, a special mention to these channels. All the links of the full videos will be down below in the description. And I hope you guys enjoy.
Was there, when you're a kid, who did you look up to? Who was, in your mind, your game you were playing?
Wow, you know, I love Michael Jordan.
The guy I've looked up to my whole life.
Really? The same number as Michael, too, 23.
Right. Man, that's my inspiration in basketball.
The way that he approached the game, the way that he led his troops when he went out on the court, and his never say die attitude, man, was something I always looked up to.
You meet him? You know him?
Yeah.
What was it like meeting Michael Jordan for you? Was that pretty cool?
Oh, yeah, it was great. You know, for me to meet Michael Jordan, it was like, I think it was better than the president.
Let me tell you a story, as a matter of fact. So I'm growing up watching this guy on TV every day, and I'm like, wow, you know, he's an amazing basketball player. Hopefully someday I get an opportunity to meet him. So
when I met Michael Jordan for the first time, I literally couldn't believe it was him.
I seen him walking towards me, and it was kind of like he was walking on air.
And to me, it looked like he was like levitating. I was like, this guy didn't even, he walked over here and his feet didn't even touch the ground.
I had to pinch myself. Is that Michael? Who? And it's like he was like Black Jesus to me.
I couldn't believe it. Like people, you know, I felt the dude looked like Jesus Christ to me.
I was like, are you finally here?
You know, he was Black Jesus to me. Nobody could tell me anything different.
I think it was my junior year in high school. I go up to Chicago and I go to a gym called Hoops where he plays basketball in the summertime.
I was in Chicago, Maverick and I and our good friend G, they take us to Hoops. I'm going there.
I didn't know he was going to be there.
And before they play, they say Mike always, you know, used to lift before they play. Mav know the story. So we walk upstairs and nobody told me that Mike lifted before he played. I don't know anything about lifting right now. I'm a high school sophomore. I don't know anything about lifting. We walk up there. The first person I see is Charles Oakley. You know, Oak being from Cleveland, dapped him up. I had seen Oak around the city a few times, you know.
Tim Grover had the gym, and we always, you know, come in and work out.
And Oak moved, and when he moves, Mike is sitting on the bench press. And I was like, oh my fucking God.
For LeBron, I was like Black Jesus.
They was just in awe.
His aura, it was like a ghost. He doesn't seem real, does he? He don't seem real. He don't seem real. Think about that. Me and you both feel the same way. There's a million other people that feel the same way as he do. He don't look real.
He doesn't. And everybody else that's ever met him, even superstars from Shaq to LeBron, everybody else that's ever met him has said the exact same thing.
I didn't think he was real, man. You don't understand. I didn't think Michael Jordan was real. I only thought he lived in the TV, either in games or commercials or Come Fly With Me on cassette tapes.
Wow, yeah.
I didn't think he was real.
You know, he hung around all day with us and just had a ball.
And it was like, holy shit. It's Michael Jordan. Like, it's Michael Jeffrey Jordan in the flesh. And I couldn't believe it. And we went back upstairs into the weight room. There was just me, him, Tim, G, and LeBron. And he talked to us for like 15 minutes. And that was the first time LeBron ever met Michael. We talked for about maybe even a little bit longer.
I think LeBron learned something from being there because he saw that hard work pay off.
If the man above would have took me that day, I would have lived a hell of a life, I swear to God.
Yeah, so that was like one of the best feelings
now,
I've
had
ever
he,
had.
at that point in your life, in your basketball career, had he heard of you? Did he know of you?
Well, yeah, I think he did.
And Michael sat and had a conversation with her just about basketball. And I honestly don't remember anything that was said in the conversation. I think he was talking to LeBron about like NBA and being a pro and giving him lessons, but it was like, everything just sounded like blurred out to me, like I was listening to God speak. It was like, I don't even remember what he was saying, and that was the first time he met Michael and myself.
He called me a young fella, of course, and just basically told me to keep working at it, and someday I can get to the NBA. I was a junior in high school, so, I guess he told me something right, and I just kept working at it.
Yeah.
Well, when I got back home to Akron, and I told my boys, because they know how crazy I am about MJ, they was like, "No, you're lying." I'm like, "Dog, I was not only did I see Mike, I was on the court with Mike."
Maybe it didn't work out chronologically. I'm guessing did you ever get to play any kind of game with him?
And so when he was 16, he was out there playing. And if you watch the game, he wasn't like dominating. He wasn't like, but he didn't stick out. You didn't go like, oh, there's a kid out there. It was like, oh, there's just another player out there. Like, he got a couple buckets, went up and down. He wasn't at all ready to defend. But on offense, if you can pass, you can play. And he could pass, and he had the size and the ability to get in and got a couple buckets. And it'd be interesting to see how he remembers those games. That's actually something I may have to ask him about this summer when we're chilling, is like, how does he remember those games?
Yeah.
And did he take anything from it like that was a gauge?
Sophomore year, 2001, you're on the court with him. What's that experience like? You're on the court with, Black Jesus, as you said. Do you remember anything about that run?
Yeah, him and Antoine Walker was talking so much shit. I swear to God.
The way we pushed each other, talk trash.
Back and forth.
Antoine was fantastic. Talk a lot of shit and play and do the shimmy. And
as the summer went along, the run, it just got bigger and bigger. It got to a point there would be 30 pros in the gym. It was me, Juwan Howard, Quentin Richardson, Corey Maggette, Darius Miles, Bobby Simmons, Gilbert Arenas,
Paul Pierce,
Penny
was playing.
Finley was in there. Stackhouse was in there. A young LeBron was in there.
Jamal Crawford.
Played against Ray Allen, Tim Hardaway, Antoine. Everybody was coming through Chicago. We never lost.
If you lose a game, you may have to sit 2 games.
Wow. But on top of that, you mentioned LeBron. LeBron had to be only 15, 16 at this time,
16.
right?
16. Everybody had heard about him. He came to Chicago, played pickup with us.
When LeBron was a sophomore, and Antoine brought him that. Maverick was a little older than him, but he hadn't went to college yet.
So was he able to hold his own?
Oh, without question. When I tell you the competitiveness of these games, we used to go at it every single day. As a kid, and Michael and then playing against him, but to have the every day to see his competitive drive at his age, I think he was 39. He wanted to win every fucking day, man. Every day
he was just, it's something different. I remember one time he came out there and some dude was talking trash to him. Yeah, Michael, I'm doing this. I'm doing this now, and I'm making as a player making. He's on a max contract. I'm getting my Ferraris now. I'm doing this.
You got a new Ferrari, and you showed up, and you were pretty happy about it. What all went down with that story?
One time, I came and I had a drop top Bentley. So,
okay.
Everybody knows. You got 30 pros at the gym. Half of them, more than half, live in Chicago. You know that parking lot was lit up. It was a car show.
Yeah.
It was a car show. So it was just one of those days. I got the Bentley. We get through with the gym. Like I said, we all hanging out. He sees my car. He gave me some compliments. He was like, "Okay, that's nice." He was like, "You know what? I'm gonna drive something every day for you."
And they say, "Yeah, well, now I get mine. They give it to me free just to drive it.
I'm going to drive a different Ferrari every day for you now." He drove a different Ferrari 5 days with the matching sweatsuit. Man.
He had on, this is a true story, Stan. He had on a yellow Jordan outfit. He had on some black, white, and yellow Jordans that probably still ain't out. And outside, he had a yellow Ferrari to match. So he just was, his whole thinking was just on a whole different plateau.
And, for me, when I got the opportunity, they didn't let me play for like the first hour, because I'm like,
the young guy
I'm
had
16.
To sit there.
Yeah, young guy, I'm sitting there just waiting my turn. And to be honest, I didn't even think I would even get the opportunity to play. And the only reason I played is because the guys that was in the league, you know, after a few, you know, after an hour, some of them niggas get tired. They like, you know what, I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this shit. Hey, young fella, hey, we need a fifth. You want to play?
And a young LeBron was in there. He was killing. LeBron was 15 years old, just like killing.
He was 15?
Yeah, 15. He was just like, this kid was killing. He was playing very well. So
that's why
I
he
gave him a
was there.
forearm on fast break. He was coming, he was cooking. He couldn't. Nobody can guard him. LeBron James.
At all.
They couldn't guard him. I'm like, I'm getting embarrassed. He's embarrassing us. So he's coming down full speed. LeBron James. Boom. I lay him on the floor. He get up and start cooking more. He's just tough. He was about 225 at that time. But I remember him just being tough.
You know, so for me to be on the court, you know, at 16 years old, sophomore in high school with, you know, my favorite player of all time, man, it was like, this can't be real, man. If you pinch me, man, I was like, please, I hope I don't wake up.
Yeah, I remember that game. It was a point in that game
in which you elbowed Jordan in the ribs. What happened?
Real easy. What happened? Well, all right, so when
I remember you broke his ribs.
Yeah, we was in Chicago in the summertime playing pickup basketball. At that age, when I sense that somebody is better than me, I go into my street mode. I'm only 19. You see what I'm saying? Michael Jordan's there, so it's just crazy. All right, so, but I'm playing real hard. And I don't think he expected that, so he would always say, yo, come back, come back. As a 19-year-old, I just had a lot of energy, and he liked the bump. You know, it's MJ. MJ would have referees come down. So MJ, when he gets the ball, he scores. He was very good at 38 years old. So I tried to, he's still amazing. And I was 19 or 20. So I was trying to deny him. Michael posted me up. You can't let Michael get the ball. At this point, he's the best player in the league. Immediately, I'm like, I don't give a rat's ass. He's just as crazy as I am. He scored every single time. And I got tired of him scoring. So he was holding me, and I knew if I let him touch the ball, he's going to score. So I cannot let him touch it. And then as I tried to move his arm, because he held me, he wanted this position. I'm like, nah, you can't have this position. You know what I'm saying? So when I was trying to deny him and get his arm out the way, my elbow hit him in the ribs. And then his ribs cracked. So it wasn't like, you know.
You cracked.
It just, you know. And that was like one of the worst days of my life as a basketball player.
He went down and they...
No, he didn't go down. Jordan's crazy. I hit him in the ribs. He holds his ribs. He was like this, and he got the ball. But the crazy thing was after he went, after he did that, he came down. He takes about 5 seconds, then it's his ball. Crossover, free throw line. And he ends the game on the jumper. Bang, right, game over, and then he walked off.
Mike hit a game winner in the game, just like Bron said, with the foul. Same Utah foul in the pickup.
Same
it was
thing.
like,
game over, MJ.
And was like, yeah, that's why they pay me $33 million to do this. That's why they pay me $33 million. I'll never forget that.
He gonna talk trash. That's in him.
That's in his DNA. He can't help that.
Right?
Right.
And went off like this. And I'm like, damn, MJ is nice. And then the next day, I found out he broke his ribs. And then I got the call the next day. Actually, in the media, it said Ron Artest punched Michael Jordan. That's what said the next day.
Wow.
It said Ron Artest punched Michael Jordan and broke his ribs.
Yeah.
I broke his ribs, he averaging 25. He'd been averaging 35. He's out 3 months. So he was cooking everybody. And it was something that I was very, I regret to this day because he averaged 25 points that year and he had to take off 3 months. When I seen him play that summer, I'm like, wow, MJ's gonna average 35 points because he was killing everyone. At that time, MJ was killing. When I broke his ribs, he sat out 3 months, came back averaging 25. And I was telling people, if it wasn't for those 3 months off, he would average 35. He was killing them.
Right.
And you talking about all-stars was in the gym.
Because that was the year after he retired, correct?
That was 1 year after he retired.
Right.
And he was cooking. And when he came back and averaged 25, I wanted to see MJ average 30. Yeah. And I felt like, you know, when I did that, I felt like I stunted his progress of conditioning, training, and I remember just regret. That's one of the things I regret the most in my career. And
Tim was pissed.
Huh?
TG was pissed.
I remember that.
Tim Grover.
Oh really? I was going.
It was like waves went around Jordan brand, like going crazy. Like Mike hurt because you broke his ribs.
Wow.
How was he after it happened? Was he immense or was he pissed off at it?
Well, I was upset for a couple days. You know, I didn't go back to play the next day. I was kind of upset. So I was sad for 2 days. Right? I was in my house. I lived in downtown Chicago, and I couldn't get up out the bed thinking about Mike. Right? Mike, and he heard about this. I was talking to my agent, and then Mike called me, yo, And MJ called me. Who's this? Mike who? Michael Jordan. Oh shit. And he says, hey man, it's all right, man. Don't worry about it. It happens. It happens. He's like, it's gonna be okay. It happens. I'm like, oh wow, thanks, MJ. You know. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. And I went back to play. I went back to play in the summertime, man. First time I met Mike, yo. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was the first initial time.
Yeah.
He's inspired everybody.
Yes.
Like at those runs, Jay-Z and Beyonce were coming to watch Pickup. Like he's inspired everybody from every walk of life, you know, and that's what he's just, I think God just put him here and said, you're going to be the one.
And let me know what you thought about this crazy story in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. Let's aim for 23,000 likes. Subscribe if you are new. Here are 2 new videos that I think you may enjoy, and I will catch you guys in the next one.